Unexplainable.
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 Unexplainable. Unexplainable. Unexplainable.
Welcome to Unexplainable
with Kylie
and Macy and
Ella.
Woo! So good. Yay, we're having Ella on the podcast today.
Ella's on the pod.
Yes, and we have a very exciting episode for you guys. So first, Ella, how are you feeling about filming Unexplainable?
I'm excited.
Just to let the listeners get to know you a little bit more, what is your major right now?
So right now I'm in nursing. I came in with my orientation group and I was in between two different majors, which is dental and nursing. And they said to start out in nursing because it's easy to start there than to not like the other major and then go into it. So I'm in nursing right now. It's okay. I don't hate it, but I am switching to dental, and so in order for me to get into the dental program, I have to find a different major and minor. So I talked to one of my professors, and she's setting me up with a couple of the counselors right now. So
Perfect.
right now, still a nurse, but
Still a nurse.
So what made you want to go into nursing or dental? Like, do you have like a connection to that from your childhood, or like?
my mom's a nurse. I feel like almost every female in my family is a nurse. And then dental, this sounds really weird, but I've always loved it. I always loved going to the dentist when I was younger. And then I have a little memory of, like, whenever I lost a tooth or something, or had a loose tooth, I would always ask my sister to, like, rip it out of my face. So,
I
can so see that, though.
Ella's one tough bitch, let me just tell you right now. That does not surprise me at all.
I'd be like, is it loose enough? Can you get it? Can you get it? And she'd be like, dude, like, it's not even wiggling.
That's so funny because most kids dread having their teeth.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
did
Ella's
for
like,
sure.
can you just take it out?
Mm-hmm. But I also, I've always wanted to be a teacher, but I don't think that's really the tangible for the lifestyle I want.
Right.
So that's also why I want to do it. I just want to leave the world a better place than when I came into it. You know, I want to make an impact on others. I want to be like the light that some people need.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I'm doing something to help others.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, and sorry, I'm adding another.
She's adding a
thing
question
that I wanted to ask. Okay, sorry, that just like got me distracted.
No, that's okay. So, you are a big sports girl,
Yes.
specifically football and rugby.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more people that did rugby because I just think that's really, really cool.
So tell us a little bit about your experience with that. When did you start? Why did you start?
Let's see. I started my senior year, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I only played for 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I started sooner,
Mm-hmm.
but COVID happened because I was going to do my freshman year, and then I got into track
Yeah.
and did track all 4 years, and then I had an injury, lateral collateral injury, so I couldn't run or do anything for a good amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey mom, I'm doing rugby, and she was very against it, but I was like, I already paid for it.
Yeah.
I paid for my cleats, paid for my like signing up and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, too late. You gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
I loved rugby, honest. I had a couple of scouts look at me. I had one from Asheville and then one from, I don't know what college it was from Utah, but somewhere in Utah. So I was either going to go here or I was going to go to Asheville and play for their team.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what made you decide not to go to Asheville?
I didn't really click with the team. There was great girls. I just feel like I didn't really fit in with the lifestyle and like the school, and I felt ECU was more of the place where I should be.
It's a different vibe there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was more like in the mountains, like
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
I went there for a lot of dance competition, or not dance. I went there for dance camps, and you're right. It is a very different vibe.
Yeah, and the vibe is not bad at all.
No, it's not
it just
bad.
didn't. I don't think it fit me.
Aligns with you.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So when I say football, she didn't play football. She was just like insanely interested and knowledgeable about it. That it's like, which doesn't shock me. But she's just like, she's one girl. If there's a game on, then she's probably watching it. And she's very passionate about her teams and who's winning. And
Passionate's a very good word.
Yeah. But yeah, she's really into it.
Yeah,
What about you?
I grew up with all boys, so I
Yeah.
feel like growing up with all brothers, I was just like thrown into the sports world.
Right. Totally.
I just grew up with it.
Right. So, looking back, do you, or currently right now, do you miss playing rugby a lot, or is it something you don't really think about?
100%. I wanted to do it here, but I fractured my knee my senior year. It was at Ruggerfest, which is this like big, like
My
you
mom
play.
just went to that.
Yeah, like
to
you
watch.
play a whole bunch of different teams from different states.
Right.
Fractured my knee, and then I've also had I think 4 or 5 concussions.
Oh my
What?
So my mom was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But then she was like, you could do boxing or wrestling instead. And I looked at her, I was like, I could still get a concussion from that.
So the same thing can happen.
Yeah, so right now I'm just weightlifting.
Yeah.
So, but maybe next year I'll look into something and
Yeah.
see. Because I need something to feel that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so I actually have like written on my little outline to talk to you about your love for the gym and everything,
Okay.
and I feel like that's a pretty good segue because you just said you weightlifted. So I want to know kind of like what got you into working out and stuff. Was it when you like couldn't play rugby and you got into it? But I feel like you were okay. To preface, also Ella and I went to the same high school. I don't know why you didn't say that at the
Yeah.
beginning. Me and Ella have been friends for several years. We actually have been going to school since 3rd grade together.
we were in the same
So we
third
went
grade
through
class.
elementary school, middle school, and high school together. We were never super close, I would say, but definitely like had classes together and would
Yeah.
always be like, oh my god, Ella, oh my
Yeah.
god,
Hey,
Kylie.
girl, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And always just like be able to like debrief about our days and stuff,
Yeah.
but it was never like I don't think we really hung out ever outside of
I think
class.
maybe a few times after the football games.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I would say like very friendly acquaintances in high school,
For sure.
just to preface. But I do know that you were very, very big on the gym senior year. I remember you coming into class and knowing that you did weightlifting and stuff. So like, what really got you into that?
I've always been an athlete, so I feel like I've been in the gym like with my parents or with my brothers, just like growing up. And then my junior year, Coach D, shout out to Coach D, that's my girl. She
Shout
is
out
a
to Coach D.
she's a trainer at Huff, where we went to high school.
Right.
So I was like knowledgeable about the gym, but she like fixed my form on everything. She got me so strong. Her workouts are not easy. And then it was the sense of like competition. It was
Yeah.
because I was in the guys and girls class, so there was like 4 girls and the rest were guys, and just everyone cheering each other on and being like, oh, that's baby weight, just like, you know, like
Yeah.
trash talking each other, but like in a polite way, like
Yeah.
nothing like
Ella can get it to you. Though.
Trash talking in a polite way.
just something to, you know, light a fire under your butt.
Yeah. It pushes you.
Yeah, and it also, I went through a point, I think my freshman and sophomore year, I was really skinny, and then I started gaining weight, gaining muscle, and I feel so much better about myself, and I just feel better in general. Like, I'm more energized. I have like something to look forward to during the day, like to let out my steam. I feel like if I don't work out, I'm kind of like bouncing off the walls. I've like built up energy. So
Right.
it's definitely like my therapy for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you would consider the gym like an escape for you. Yeah.
Put in my headphones, like lock in, lift some weight, and then gym friends are also amazing. Like people you just see at the gym, you probably don't know their names or anything, but you just like walk up and be like, "What's up, dude?" You know, like see each
Yeah.
other in the gym.
Right.
But
So, do you think that going to the gym has improved your mental health and stuff? Like,
100%.
it's helped you a lot. Yeah.
For sure. It also, like you could either lift and think about it, or you could lift and forget about it.
Yeah.
So it could go either way.
Yeah. So, what do you like do at the gym? Like, what's like your favorite thing to do?
Ooh.
What's like your that and like routine, like your routine.
My routine. Okay, let's see. My split kind of changes, but right now I do legs 3 times a week. So it'd be Monday legs, Tuesday back, and then Wednesday chest and legs, and then Thursday like arms or something like that. It usually changes, but legs 3 times a day, upper body, not a day, a week, upper body 2 to 3 times a week. I go like 6 times a week, I guess. Damn. Try to. And then my favorite would probably be back.
Yeah.
Because I want to do 10 pull-ups by the end of summer.
She's really working on that.
Right now I have like 4.5. So
Better than me.
I like
0.
get there,
Yeah, way
but I
better
like
than me.
can't pull myself all the way up. So
You
But
will
yeah.
get there.
I love seeing those videos on your progress.
yeah. I also like showing like the funny and like the fun parts of the gym. Like the
Yeah.
other day, I like ripped my labrum playing rugby, but I was doing handstands and like trying to like walk on my hands. I recorded it, and then I completely just like face planted in the gym. It was
Oh my
so
God.
funny. But I posted that on my gym private story because I was just like, yes, the gym is like taking serious, like it's a very serious thing in my life, but you shouldn't be so hard on yourself when you're in the gym. You know,
Right.
like everyone's there to improve. Like everyone starts somewhere. So when people are like, oh, I'm scared, it's just like the gym is a great way to come and start because everyone was a beginner once. You know,
Yeah.
people, you don't know what you're good at until you start doing it. You know, practice
Right.
makes perfect. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
With that, did you ever have like gym anxiety?
I
I know you said you started going really young though.
For me, I didn't, but I definitely like witnessed it with a couple of my friends. Like I got them into the gym, and then they figured out their groove, and now they're off doing their own thing. I say maybe starting in a new gym, like going somewhere I don't know, because I'm like, oh, like where's the machines? Like where's
Yeah.
the weights? Like I get like a little anxious, but then again, it's like everyone starts, you know, fresh at one point in their life, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's a good way to look at it.
I wrote down topics and I also just wrote down like actual questions. I want to talk about actual school with you, like
Okay.
academic.
Okay.
Because getting to know you, because I also relate to you in this way, we both need academic validation and academic stability. Where do you think yours kind of stems from?
Siblings. We were always, I grew up in a very competitive household.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to compete for the best spot. Also I'm the only kid that went to college.
That's right.
So-
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, so having that is like a pressure with like, I need to make it out.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm the only one who made it in, so now I'm like, I have to,
Right.
you know? And then it's like a self thing too, because I'm just like, I know I'm better than that, or I could have done better, I could have done this, or like seeing just like an A on your paper or any type of assignment and you're like, like I worked my butt off for this,
Yeah.
like I got an A, like look at
Yeah.
me.
Right.
It's definitely a mood booster for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah.
Do you think that you're like maybe too hard on yourself sometimes, or do you feel that sometimes when you're...
Yeah, I say, like, I'll study for hours, and if I don't get the grade that I wanted, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Like, what did I do wrong? I, like, go talk to my teachers and be like, can you explain, like, what I did? But, yeah.
It's interesting hearing that from a different perspective, because I feel like in high school I just, like, didn't care about grades at all.
Yeah.
I never, like, that never, like, motivated me, like, academic validation, but now I feel like I'm, like, now I'm kind of getting into that where I'm like, if I
Yeah.
don't get the grade that I want, because I'm studying something that I actually want to study. So once I like don't get a grade that I want or I feel like I deserve, then it's like I am getting a little bit more anxious about that and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see like two different sides of it.
And it's like our career is on the line,
Right.
you know? Any type of medical school or any type of career is like, there's only a select amount of spots.
Right.
You know, different jobs want different things, and now you're just like, fight to the death. Like, you got to
Yeah,
battle for
right.
your spot.
I know that it is hard though to get into like medical school once you've gone through college and everything. Like, how hard would it have actually been for you to get into nursing, like nursing outside of ECU?
Pretty difficult.
Yeah. Like, what
It's-
is it? What's the process like? Do you know?
There's like different types of tests you have to take, like a crap ton of tests you have to take. And then being a nurse, so you could go into nursing school, or you graduate as a nurse.
Right.
And then if you want to get a different degree in nursing, like be a CRNA or a practitioner, like different types, like then you have to apply for another school.
Right.
And it's just like a build up. And then they pick the people with the best grades, the best essays, the best recommendations, who has more time, like who volunteered their time, who has more experience.
So it's basically like reapplying to college all over again?
Mhm.
Wow.
Which, yeah.
So, yeah, so right now it's like I have some shadowing jobs set up for summer, which is just insane. Because, yeah, I think for dental you have to have 110 hours or something like that.
Well, you could
150.
shadow my mom's office.
I could. I've a few offices in mind. I already have one with,
My laugh just sounded like a duck. Please ignore. Continue.
and then the same with nursing is like, you could be like chaperone with like the school nurses, or you could go to the hospital and be like, hey, like I want to do this. And my thing is, do not be afraid of rejection if they don't want someone to shadow them. You know, there's tons of others, like offices and practices.
For sure.
And I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, like I'm scared. It's like you have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
Same with like job interviews. It's like I can be scared of going into a job interview, but you need a job to live. So.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
I know, I'm thinking of a way to... Hold on.
Where?
What is segue?
Segue. I guess segue.
Oh wait, actually, it is. When you're talking about like shadowing, it's so weird for me to think about because we're starting to like do that. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not like when I go back to when this year ends, I'm not going back to like my part-time job after I went to high school for 8 hours. I'm going to like you said, kind of like a shadowing job. So it's just weird to think about that we're like
growing
starting
up
to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So we know how you feel about like school and everything, and you're changing your major, but as far as ECU goes in general, how are you feeling about being here and this school particularly? Are you planning on staying here all 4 years, or what's the plan? If you know.
I don't know. I do like ECU. I loved the people that I've met. I've made a lot of good connections that will last forever. So I do like it here. I feel like I wish there was more to do outside of the school because it's nothing but the school here.
Right.
So I'm very much like I want to go hiking. I want to go like do something outdoors. That's why you guys always see me sitting outside. Like, so I like it. I feel like it's just an adjustment. I don't know if I'm going to stay here all 4 years. I'm hoping to study abroad.
Yes.
I know that
Where
for
do you
sure.
want to go?
Either New Zealand or Barcelona.
That's so fun. I want to study abroad really bad too.
Do it with me.
I really want to go to London.
Weren't you looking at Australia?
Hmm?
Were you looking at Australia?
I was looking at Australia.
Thank God you're not going there. I was terrified of the kangaroos for you.
The kangaroos.
Why would you be terrified of that?
Y'all, my biggest fear is kangaroos.
Shut up.
Is it actually?
But have you
serious?
ever held a baby kangaroo?
No, and I will
Have you
never.
seen one? They're called baby joeys.
She's being dead serious.
I-
Baby Joey.
Baby joeys. They're so cute.
God, I wish
No.
we had a million baby Joeys in here. Oh my God.
Y'all, I am so serious. I was genuinely where I was like, what if you get attacked by a kangaroo?
Really?
And she was
She said, really?
like,
One of the
I would
chances.
truly-
We're in North Carolina.
I
Macy.
know. No, when you told me that you were looking into Australia, I was like, oh my God.
You know, like in Australia, that you don't walk down the street and there's just like kangaroos.
But what
out.
if there is?
I don't.
My mom's fear was this, like the insects,
Yeah, those are
spiders.
terrifying.
Really?
But yours is the.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you not seen? They're huge.
Y'all,
Just
the
don't make that
kangaroos-
image with your hand. That's disgusting. Oh my God.
Are freaking people in a different version. And
Don't
it's,
say that. Don't say
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Don't say that. That's scary. Don't say that.
Yeah, it is scary.
I don't like that. Oh my God. That's
See, I told
that's
you.
making me
Do you not like gorillas?
They're fine.
they're like a base. I think that what they're
No,
really close.
guys.
To us.
I will. Kangaroos are probably in like my top 3 fears.
Have
Like
you-
I will. They terrify me.
Are you terrified of like getting picked up and like put in their like sack?
I will literally
Macy getting put in a kangaroo sack. I would love to see that.
in my entire
I'm gonna
life.
Photoshop you.
I would fully have to have like medical help after that. Like I would fully.
Traumatized.
Have you seen the way they move? It's terrifying. They're more buff than Dwayne Johnson. It's ridiculous. They're huge, y'all.
She's like really upset about
They're so tall and they're scary and they jump. They jump.
A lot of animals.
I jump.
Watch out. Ella's gonna go to Australia and be jumping around with the kangaroos.
Gonna go box
I just,
kangaroo
like-
from AC.
Like,
I'll bring
I
one back
hope you
for
win. Like, they're so. I'm so serious. I'm terrified of kangaroos. I'm terrified of them. Terrified of them.
That's an interesting fear. Any
Anyways,
other animals?
Back to you.
Anything else?
Any other animals? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not
No,
off
like
the top.
spiders, snakes.
Oh no, those are like obviously I'm scared of those. Those are like obvious, but like irrational one that people are like, Macy, what the heck? Like y'all just were kangaroos. Never in my life. Get them away from me.
Wow. I didn't know that about you.
I don't think I'm scared of an animal. The thing, I don't like roaches.
Ew, who likes
Who
roaches?
does?
Well, that's like my thing.
That's your thing.
I'll kill one. Like if you guys come into my room and you're like you need to go kill a roach, I will.
Yeah.
But it's not like if there's a
It's
roach.
not a fun activity
Yeah,
for you.
no.
I wouldn't recommend.
Undesirable.
I went to Punta Cana with my friends and there was a jumping roach. I swear.
Yeah, no.
There's a video of it. I need to find it and show you guys. And then
That's okay.
it was all girls. And of course, I was the one who was shoved in the bathroom who had to go kill it.
No, that's,
Absolutely not.
That is terrifying.
Yep. But whenever my brother's home, I'd be like, Gavin!
Yeah.
Can you please come kill the roach?
No, yeah, those
If there
those
ever
are
is one.
yeah, those are like the insects and snakes and like reptiles. Those are kind of like obvious fears where you're not really wanting to see them. If I see a kangaroo, I'll scream and cry and crawl in a hole and not want to be there. Yeah. Anyways, so thank God she isn't studying abroad there. She wants to go to New Zealand or what was the other part?
Barcelona.
Yeah. Cute.
So, so you don't know if you're gonna stay here all 4 years, but you're just kind of playing it by ear.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm really go with the flow. Well, I plan out a lot. I'm a big planner. But like when it comes to be like, oh, I don't think this is the right place, and I like go somewhere, visit somewhere, I'm like, this is where I want to be. I definitely will switch over.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jump
Yeah.
over to
Okay,
wherever.
so you're just waiting for kind of like the time that it comes
Yeah.
to you and stuff. Okay, I gotcha. So as far as like being at ECU, I know that you've said you've met a lot of good people and made a lot of good connections. How was making friends and like growing up with friends in high school for you? Did that have an impact on like you making friendships in college, or like how was it for you growing up?
I feel like I've always been like a floater. I didn't really have like, of course I have, like I have my small little group at home, but I've always known like I've always been talking to like random people in the hallway. Like I'll talk to a brick wall. Like I love
Right.
talking to people. As of ECU, I think it was me, Sienna, Peyton, and Maddie, and I think we like knocked on everyone's doors on our hall, and then we kind of like found out who we clicked with, and then that's how I met everybody on our hall. Elevator. Some people don't like talking in the elevator. I will talk to
She
you.
loves it.
You're closed in. You're not going anywhere. You cannot
Yeah.
escape this conversation.
I remember seeing you. So Ella's roommate is Sienna, who we've talked about before on the podcast. She's in Team Raw as well. And they both went to my high school, and I remember seeing you guys on like the first day that I moved in.
Yeah.
And randomly we got placed on the same floor, and it was like so crazy. And now we're like in the same friend group, and I love it. Like I just felt so happy to know that I knew people on the floor, and it really, really helped me with like being able to talk to people, even though I'm not shy, but it's always scary, even if you
Yeah.
are an outgoing person, to go into college and talk to people and stuff. So that you would say that was pretty like easy for you, like you were.
Yeah. It also is like freshman all want to make friends.
Yeah.
Everyone's new here. Everyone's like, I want to make friends. Like, I don't want to be alone. And I feel like God was on our sides for like Team Raw.
We got so
like
lucky.
we got so lucky having such an amazing girl group and just everyone living on the same hall. We also have a few others in like different dorms, but everyone's usually with us. But I don't think making friends is difficult. I just feel like it'll come naturally. Does that make sense?
So did you have any, like, sorry if this is a little bit too deep, but, like, did you have any, like, bad friendships in high school that affected you in college that you were, like, scared to meet people that might do the same thing, or, like...
I wouldn't consider any of them bad. I feel like we all learn from people. That's what I believe is everyone comes into your life for a reason.
Right.
And you could either look at it positively or you could dwell on the negative stuff. So I feel like maybe, I don't know, I don't think it really influenced, because I've always been the type of person to like go talk to people. I guess it made me more cautious.
Yeah.
I used to be like very open and like woohoo, but now I'm like, okay, Ella, you need to have layers, like don't just like put tread carefully. Not everybody has your best interest at heart, which is a really tough pill to swallow, because I feel like I'm just like, dang, like I always want to see people succeed. I want people to do what's best for them, but sometimes people doing what's best for them might negatively impact you.
And I feel like you never really know, too, when you meet someone, like, you could think they're this, like, amazing person, and then
it could all flip.
Yeah, completely flip a switch, so. Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think anything really... I guess I had more guy friends in high school, so coming into college and having all these amazing girls, I'm just like, yay! Yeah. Like, I definitely became more like emotional and not as tough, because I used to have like a tough, like I'm still tough, but I used to be like really just like tough outer shell, but now I'm like, okay, wait, I can be sensitive, like I can tap into those emotions, like it's okay to have emotions. You don't have to be tough and like okay all the time. It's okay not to be okay.
I think that's actually because I feel like we've all kind of watched you become somebody that will show your emotions more, because I feel like in the beginning of the year, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in the beginning of the year you did have more of like an outer shell, and like you didn't share so much, and I literally like have just watched you, like you're so much more able to like let your emotions go, and like we've like seen you cry and stuff, and I don't know if that's something that you've done in the past, like friends have been like consoling you while you're crying and stuff, but obviously it's hard to, when you're living in a dorm and you're crying and you have a roommate, we've talked about this before, like they kind of have to know, because it's like they're in the room, they're living with you, and then when you have all these girls on your floor that care about you so much and are always just like barging into your door, and they never know what's going to be on the other side of the door, it's like you kind of have to let your emotions go a little bit. You can't just be always like closed off. And so has that been like different for you, like in the sense that you're kind of letting your emotions out more and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, I also trust all you guys. Like, trust was like a big factor. Like, I don't really trust people, but trusting you guys and like learning about you guys, I'm like, oh, like I could trust them, I could cry. I think with my hometown friends like Brant, Tyler, Sam, like, you know, my friend group,
right?
I think the only time they've seen me cry is when we left for college. And that was, I think, a like 4 or 5 year friendship, and for them to see me, they're like, what do we do with you? Like, they're like, we never seen you cry. So it's like it's nice. I was talking to my mom about it too. I was like, wow, like emotions are actually like, they're okay to have.
They're here.
It does feel good to cry sometimes. It does.
Sometimes I'm just like, I wish I could cry.
We were talking about that yesterday. I also think that it's just kind of like what Kylie was saying. We live all together. And we know each other so well that even if we know when someone's lying when they say that they are fine or they're okay, we're like, we'll talk in the room, like we're not letting you suppress this, we're gonna work through it. And I love that about us, like we will not let anyone like get away with being upset.
I agree. Can you recall like a certain moment in college that you've had, or like maybe a couple that were like some of like the harder ones for you, like more emotional, that you were like, I can't suppress it, like I have to let it out?
Yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
I'm trying to think. I have a few.
Okay.
So me and my dad don't have the best relationship. So he called me Labor Day weekend, and I remember getting that phone call. I'm like, do I answer? Because I talked to him like in person before coming to college once, and then but like within this like 5-year period we barely speak like at all. So him calling me, I was like, hello, and he was like trying to figure out like how I am and stuff. I was like, this is so like weird, like why is he doing this? And that definitely plays a big part. Like that's something I will get emotional over. Like family is definitely something I get emotional over. And so getting that phone call, I wasn't with you guys. You guys saw me after.
Yeah.
I was with my friend Hannah, and everyone kind of saw me, and they're like, go into the room. And I just like wept. And they're like, okay, Ella, lock in. We're going to a Darty. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun, and we're going to cry about this later.
Yeah.
And then I think I like shut it off immediately. Like I think I like cried for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm locking in. And then like 2 weeks later, something like pushed me to the point where I was like my breaking point, and I bust in Maddie and Peyton's room, and I'm like sobbing. And they're like, what's going on? And I told them. That was definitely very emotional. I'm trying to think. Family, like my brother is in Africa right now serving, and so I feel like I get emotional over that because it's just like I'm in college right now. If I like, school's very important. Obviously I would leave to like, if he needed me to be there, like I would leave, but it's also like I'm here, he's there, our time differences, our schedules are so busy, so it's hard to like text him all the time and like see how he's doing. Phone calls are very rare. It's like maybe once a month. So like when I get a phone call, I definitely get, I don't get sad emotional, I get very happy and like elated. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're okay? Like what's going on? Like he'll send me like pictures out of nowhere, like of like monkeys just hanging around. Like that'd be so for real. I'm trying to think. It's definitely adjustment living with so many people. I feel like it's definitely taught me patience for sure. And it's definitely made me more understanding of others, you know. I grew up with 4 blood siblings, and then when I did live at my dad's house, it was me and my 2 brothers, and then I had 4 step-siblings. So there's 7 of us living in a house, plus the parents. So sharing all that, like I feel like I was used to it, but then again, it's like I shared my room for a couple of years, but then I eventually got my own room. So then I got used to having my own room, and then like going back to sharing, I'm just like, I don't mind it. I do love my roommate, Sienna. Shout out Sienna. I love you. But I was like, whoa, this is like an adjustment. Like I have to make sure my side's clean. I have to like be very like respectful of when like you have an 8 a.m. so I have to like creep out the door. Like I don't want to wake her. I feel like my alarm wakes her sometimes, which I feel so bad, but I feel like those, I'm trying to think of other emotional things. I feel like those were my most emotional points, I guess.
Are you okay with like talking a little bit more about your dad?
What do you guys want to know?
Like, so you said like for the past like 5 years it's been like not a lot of contact, or maybe even none. So like how did that begin? Like do you remember a time that it was like
it cut off my freshman year Halloween? That's when that was the last day I saw him for a very long time. And then actually, I think that was the only time, that was the last time I saw him. And then I would see him, like, out and about because he lives, like, 10 minutes away from me. He lives in the same town we live in. So, like, I would see him out and about, and I would, like, freak out and be like, oh, my God, he's here, you know? It was just, home life wasn't the best, and I needed to leave. So I did that. And then like, I would reach out to him. I'd get, like, short answers. And then when I turned 18, that's when he reached out to me more. So I was like, I always thought, like, that's what I realized, but it might just be in my head. I plan on talking to him again, hopefully in the summer, like, in person, and trying to digest and dissect all this, because this is 5 years worth of miscommunication, not communication, jumble abode, you know. It's very different not having a male figure in your life, because, like, as a girl, like, you want your dad, you know, like, that should be, like, the man that sets a standard for all the others. Yeah. And so I kind of had to set my own standard, you know. Right. So
and I am proud of you. Yeah, it was very well spoken. And I'm very proud of you, because you are someone with, like, very, very high standards for, like, especially, like, people that you want to be in a relationship with, and, like, you're not going to take any bullshit. Yeah. And that's, like, very inspiring, because, you know, when you're not having this, I mean, high school is, like, really, really important years especially for a girl. For growing up, and the insecurities are crazy for everybody in high school. And for girls, it's like, I just feel like it's different, like, when you're going through high school and you're growing up, because that's a lot of, like, when your personality is changing and all of that stuff, and you're kind of figuring out who you are. And to not have, like, I can't imagine, like, not having a male figure in my life that's, like, you know, when I, like, look at, like, marriage and stuff, I see, like, my parents and, like, how my dad is to my mom and, like, all of that stuff. So for me, that makes me, like, very sad, and, like, I can't imagine having to go through high school without, like, my dad and stuff. So I just want to know, like, how do you have these high standards and stuff? Like, how did you get to a point where you were like, this is what I want in a future, like, partner and stuff, and, like, you didn't need him to show you that. Like, you found it in yourself. And, like, I want to know, like, how that process was for you. Like, how did you figure that out?
I'm trying to think. So, definitely, like, not having that in my life, and then definitely seeing other people's relationships and seeing how, like, good and bad, like, positive and negative, like, seeing what I do want and what I don't want. And then my older sister, she's one of my best friends, and she was, like, woman empowerment type into my life. She's like, you're a boss, like, you deserve this, like, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, you know what? I do deserve that. Yeah. And then my brothers, like, they've always treated me with respect. We've all obviously fight, you know, for siblings, but they've always been there for me. They've always treated me respectfully. And same with all my guy friends. I feel like they know, like, if they say something online, I'll snap back and be like, absolutely not. Right. Also, like, I'm a Christian, so reading the Bible and seeing, like, what the desired, like, male and female, like, the desired Christian would be, that's, I feel like, a big part of where I get my standards from, you know? Because it's like, if I have these high standards for myself, I should have these high standards for others, you know? And seeing, like, the Bible verses and, like, saying, like, you are valued. Yeah. Right. You deserve to be treated like that. And so if I don't feel valued, I'm like, man, like, I'll say something about it to be like, dude, like, what's going on, you know? And I'm one to take action and say something. And if something isn't changed within that relationship with a male or female, you know, like my girlfriends, I'm straight.
This relates to friends as well.
Yeah, friends, family, like, all this other stuff. If you voice your opinion and voice how you feel, and someone doesn't acknowledge it or just dismisses you or just says, like, you're wrong, all this other stuff, it's kind of, it just makes me question. I'm like, well, why do they think that? Right. And then it just, like, if I treat someone with, like, all love and respect and I don't get that back, I'm kind of like, well, then you don't deserve that. I'll find someone who does deserve that and treats me the way I should be treated. You know? Yeah. And then Southern hospitality, too. Yes. Like, I'm from the South.
Yeah.
From the dirty South.
The South, baby.
The South meaning North Carolina.
True. Very true.
Do you think you would consider yourself like a hopeless romantic?
Yes and no. I feel like I'm very realistic.
Yeah.
I'm a very realistic thing. I also like witness like divorce and all this other stuff, so it's like I want to be like hopelessly in love and like just everything to be perfect, but every relationship there's ups and downs. Not everything's going to be smooth sailing. Not everything's going to be perfect. So, but that's what makes it a beautiful thing. Like going through those hard times and making it through, like being each other's support system, talking through things, praying through things, if you have a hard time, those sweet times are going to be so much sweeter.
Right.
So there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And with you being a Christian and stuff, it's not only like high standards, it's like you having certain values that you want in a partner. How has it been for you at ECU to find people that align with your values, and do you think that makes dating harder?
Definitely being a Christian is my number one. Like, people have like a list of what they want in a male. Being Christian is my number one thing.
Yeah.
Because that is something I will not waver on. That's something I'm very set in stone in. Mm-hmm. And so finding a Christian man, I feel like a lot of people say they're Christian, but acting as so is a different thing. So I feel like, I don't know if it's hard because I'm not actively searching for a man,
Right.
but I feel like it's definitely narrowed down the options of men that are here.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between men and boys. So,
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them don't know the difference either. It's funny. I want to also kind of your outlook on something going to ECU.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have a big reputation of partying, and you aren't really into that as much as other people are that kind of choose to go here for that. Because I know some people who chose to go here for that reason. So I want to know kind of how it's been for you, where it's like the weekends and you don't feel like doing what everyone else is kind of doing.
I definitely love the aspect of getting to see people. I definitely like the going out social aspect of going out.
Yeah.
I also love my bed. And then I also like one-on-one conversations. Like if I had the option to do like go on a car ride or sit outside with a couple of people or one person and talk for hours than going out with a bunch of people and everybody drinking.
Right.
I'd rather go outside with those few people and just have those deep conversations.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I don't want to say lonely because I know I'm not alone here, but I feel like left out in a sense because I don't experience those memories, or I'm not, like, I can't connect with some people because I won't be drinking,
right.
You know? So if I, like, go out sober, it's like, oh, I'm sober, and then everyone's, like, on a different level than you are, and you're kind of like in the mom moment where you're like, is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Like, I'll still have fun.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, like, clicking with people is different.
Yeah.
Going out during the week was never an option for me. I'm here for school, you know?
Yeah.
Studies come first. That's how I also, like, grew up.
Yeah.
And then paying for my college. Like, I'm here for school. I'm here to get a degree. I'm here to graduate. I'm here to, like, this is my future.
Right.
So I'd rather feel left out in certain things and be okay with that because my future is more important than me than going out.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like people, and not everyone goes out here, which is kind of shocking. I was like, when I found like certain people, they're like, oh yeah, like, want to go on a walk? I'd be like, yeah, like, let's go. So like, we'll like walk downtown, like watch everyone drink.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because watching drunk people is so much fun.
Funny.
I
it's
love
so
people watching, so just watching them intoxicated is a little bit more fun. And like, The great thing about that is that when people drink, they get more sociable.
Yeah.
So they'll come up and have a 20-minute conversation. We'll not remember you, but you'll be like, hey, like, what's up? They'll be like, do I know you? I'm like, yeah, like, we talked here, blah, blah. And they'd be like, oh, my goodness. And just seeing their face is priceless because they start freaking out and immediately start apologizing. But I'm like, don't apologize. Like, you're a hoot. Like, let's be friends.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, so I feel like not going out and going out has its positives and negatives, pros and cons.
Yeah.
But I feel like at this school, it's so diverse and there's so many different people and so many different clubs. Like, you will find your spot. You'll find your place here.
I also feel like you see a different side than a lot of us do because can we talk about your like job that you have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Ella works at like a bar downtown.
I'm a little promoter.
Tell us what you do for that. Like, I've always thought that it was cool that you did that. So.
Yeah.
So I just promote the bar, and then I hand out cards for like VIP passes so they could like cut the line, or they, if they're underage, like they get money off, stuff like that. And then I paint like pong tables when we have Take the Table, which is tonight, which I'm excited for.
Are you going to that?
Actually, no, we're doing movie night tonight.
Oh.
So I'm not going to that, but like we'll paint, like set up. The pool parties are really fun. So I say like me working there and we have events, everyone's kind of expected to drink. For that, I'll like pull up with my water bottle, and everyone always like whenever they are drinking water, they always take a Snapchat picture and like they send it to me, and they'll be like, feeling like Ella tonight, thinking of you.
That's so funny.
So I think it's I feel like I've always have fun. I don't feel like people have ever said anything negative about it. I feel like everyone jokes around or like point things out and be like, oh, you're not drinking. But I'm like, okay, and what about it? And then they're like, yeah, true, whatever. Like, next time you'll drink. And then the next time comes and I just don't.
Yeah.
So,
right.
There's no like peer pressure. They're like, if you don't want to drink, like, no one's going to force you to drink. No one's going to make you feel bad about it. And if they do, like, they're not your friend.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a good group of friends. It's like, if you don't want to go out, no one's going to pressure you to make you feel like you need to or anything. You're also just like, in my opinion, you're not missing much. If you don't go out, you're not missing much.
No, because the same exact thing happens the next weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you could literally pick any day to go out.
And people are out. Yeah.
Right. And there'll be somebody out that will want to go out with you. So it's like, you're not really missing much, I feel like.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. So, I think it was last episode I asked you this.
Maybe.
Where we asked each other the 3 questions.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could be a part and live in the world of a movie,
I already know this question.
what would it be?
Oh, jeez. Like, what part, though? Like, what you think I could be good at, or?
No, just like, you are, let's say you're an extra in this movie, but there's not a camera rolling. It is your world that you live in. What movie are you choosing? You live in it for the rest of your life. You go through everything in this world. What world is it?
Oh, my goodness.
I just love this question. I don't know why.
It's a hard question to answer.
It's such a hard question, because
Everyone's answer, like, is so fun.
it's such a hard question, because, like, I could, like, watch The Hunger Games and be like, oh, I want to, like, I win. Jeez. What type of world would I want to live in?
Yeah, there are some people that are like, oh, The Hunger Games, because I would win. And then there's people like Kylie that's like, Barbie.
Tell me it would not be fun to live in the Barbie dream house. Like,
That would be fun.
That would be the best.
Jeez, Macy, this is like the hardest question you could probably like ask anybody.
I know, and it's so freaking fun.
Because I have so many movies I could be thinking of right now. What was yours? I forgot.
Oh shoot, what was mine? Did I answer this
yeah,
question?
you did.
You did.
You said yours would be, you were very confident on the answer. I can't remember what it was though.
Oh shoot, what did I say?
Ella's
pulling up the episode.
I'm pulling up the episode.
Wait, what did I say? I did say something I think one of them was like Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Gatsby. You said Great
Oh, I said Great
Gatsby.
Gatsby. Yeah, those two are pretty good.
Oof. I need to search up movies right now because I'm like thinking of so many.
I also said Grease.
Yeah.
Ooh,
she
Grace
said
would be good.
Ella's the type to be like Magic Mike.
Psh, no, I wouldn't. You really say
The
like
Kings of Tampa.
Dude, this is so hard. This is gonna take me like 30 minutes to think of.
That's okay.
It's gonna be Grown Ups. The water park,
Yes.
the lake house.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like living with all my friends and their
Yeah.
kids. Like that's my dream, like every summer to like have my best friends rent out like a big beach house for the week or something with all
Yes.
our families.
Yes.
Definitely Grown Ups.
That is a great answer.
Oh, that is a good answer. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a
We
great
should
answer.
watch that tonight.
We should. We're having a movie night while productive Kylie goes to rehearsal. Well, you know what time it is. It is time to talk about the final rose.
The
Drum roll,
Baptist.
please.
This is, so me and Kylie obviously talk about it a lot, but Ella got into it this season. We
Yeah.
got Ella into it.
I've never seen The Bachelor until then.
I actually think it was like one night I was talking about it to Kayleen about the episode, and Ella was like, just catch me up on what's happening. Like, I've never watched an episode, but like, just
Yeah.
catch me. This is like probably the 5th week. And we were
Yeah.
like, she was like, just tell me what's happening. Like, tell me about the girls. And I like went on this whole rampage, like talking about all of them. And she was like, wait, I'm watching that tonight.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think it was also, this could be something I made up in my head, but I thought there was a moment where you just like came in to like say hi and we were all lined up like on my bed, like watching
yeah, she
it.
sat there to like watch it a little bit.
You were gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm leaving in a second. She stayed there the entire
I stood there
last hour.
standing just watching.
Yeah, and she was like, oh yeah, I'll leave soon. And she watched the entire thing.
Because it's just crazy. Because imagine my, like, or your love life just filmed.
Yeah.
What? Getting other people, like, everybody's opinions on it.
I know.
And what if you say or do something embarrassing? I'm a goofball. So, something, you guys voted me most cringy, actually, when we did the poll thing.
Yeah, we did.
So, I would definitely say something cringy. I don't think I'm cringy. How am I cringy?
You're just hilarious and we love you for it.
So, who was your favorite girl on The Bachelor
Ooh.
this season?
I liked a few. I liked Maria because she's a little scrappy. She had a lot of
Maria's
something.
scrappy.
She has something to say.
Yeah.
Like Daisy, sweet Daisy.
Yeah.
Kelsey's just stunning.
Yeah.
It was a good group.
It was a great
girls.
season.
Really good group.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't want spoilers, please don't watch this part because
Don't watch it.
So I will say Kelsey did end up winning.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably, and I've watched many seasons of The Bachelor, probably the best, actually definitely the best
Yeah.
finale
Yeah.
I've ever seen. It
We
was
were-
incredible.
That was the most emotional I've ever gotten at a reality
And
TV
how
show.
Daisy was so supportive, and like how Daisy walked into Kelsey's room before the rose, and they sat there. They drove together, holding hands. They were so supportive.
When she opened the door and they were like, "You look so beautiful,"
Yeah.
and they were crying, like we were like in tears. Like
No.
it was genuinely so beautiful.
Yeah, and it also wasn't even like, it wasn't even just like, oh, our eyes got a little teary. I had full streams. Like, I was like sobbing.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It
was very
genuinely
emotional.
was, and like Daisy walking away from the situation when she knew she needed to, and that somebody that she loved somebody more than they loved her was just like literally just insane to watch. It was heartbreaking, but it was also just such a beautiful moment, and like the whole finale was just so amazing. Seeing the TikToks now that people are posting is making my entire day. Like when I see the TikToks on my For You page, I'm like, why is everyone so fucking adorable from the season? Like, I'm obsessed with everyone. And just, I don't know. I loved it. I loved the finale. I thought it was so good. Definitely really sad, but I thought it was really, really good.
It was just a beautiful showcase of emotions.
Oh yeah.
The proposal was gorgeous.
Oh my God.
So sweet.
Before the proposal, when Daisy was like, "Your mom's gonna be proud of you watching
Oh.
you," that's what got me. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
my heart."
I know.
It was just such like women empowerment, love. It was
Right.
just so many beautiful emotions.
And, like, that's what every girl would love to have. Like,
Yeah.
have those girls. Like, most of them are girls.
Yeah.
And seeing that.
Like that whole, I love that this season happened this year because of like, I know this is like whatever, but like because of like the Barbie movie coming out last year, that got a whole new wave of people talking about like female empowerment and stuff. So I love that this was the season of this year, and like I feel like a lot of women were like touched in the way that like touched by the way that Daisy acted towards Kelsey, even when she knew that it wasn't going to be her and she was going to get picked over her. Like that was just so like inspiring to watch, because I feel like that just, it really touched me, because I was like,
It was beautiful.
I can't imagine feeling the way that like Daisy felt in that moment, and then still being so kind and like so like open to the idea of like, well, I know that it's not going to be me, but I'm glad that it's her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and just the fact that I feel like a bunch of those women made like lifelong friendships on that show, when it's not even a show about making friends. It's literally a show to meet someone and fall in love with them.
Yeah.
Like all those girls are like lifelong friends, and it's just so sweet to see their social media posts and stuff just lifting each other up.
Supporting each other.
Yeah, which is just not how any other season of The Bachelor has gone. Like, they've never ridden in the car together.
No.
They, like, none of that has ever happened. So that was just, like, so beautiful. I do think, though, they did make it a little bit dramatic when they were saying it's the most dramatic thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, like...
I don't think they
dragging.
needed to do that so much. Like, it seemed as though, like, Joey was not going to get engaged. And I was, like, very scared about that happening.
Yes.
It's causing me a lot of stress. So, I do think it was a little bit dramatized, but I think they could have maybe said it was going to be a beautiful moment.
Or I even could have taken emotional.
Yeah.
Like, but most dramatic is not true.
Yeah,
But now Kelsey and Joey are thriving and we're obsessed with them.
we are. And how do you guys feel about the Bachelorette choice?
Oh my god, the
I was
Bachelorette is...
shocked.
Jen. Oh, I thought.
Our guest is gonna say it.
Okay. It was Miss Jen.
Miss
There we go.
Jen.
I was like, what?
That was a curveball. I did not think her at all.
Because at first they gagged us with Daisy.
They did.
Oh.
I was like, Daisy? I was like, she's ready for that?
Ella filmed our reactions to a lot of stuff, and she filmed us when they announced Daisy, and we were all like, huh?
I mean, like, not that we don't
mad.
love Daisy. Like, I would have loved to see her on The Bachelorette, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
She just went through like heartbreak.
I
So I was
low-key
like,
hope they, like, circle back to her
oh yeah.
and have her be the Bachelorette at some point.
I would
Like,
love that.
I would love a season of Daisy. But we really, really wanted it to be Maria. I heard speculations that Maria turned down The Bachelorette and she might be on Paradise.
Yeah.
But we do love Jen. And Jen was one of at least my favorites throughout the whole season. I was shocked when she left. We had her final two. Like, when we said our choices, like, we loved her. We thought her and Joey had an amazing connection. When she went home, it was devastating to us. Like, we were like, aw, missed having her on our screen. She's probably one of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm so excited to just see her face, honestly, in every single episode. She's so stunning.
Yeah.
But I think she'll be a great Bachelor. I think she'll be really funny.
Yeah.
Really, like, have a lot of life to her. Not going to be boring. I don't think her season's going to be boring. I've seen the men for the season. It's a little bit questionable.
Yeah, they're out.
They're out, and it's a little bit strange.
They could have done better.
They definitely could have done better.
Okay,
They're
I'm
a little bit
nervous.
questionable.
Especially
looking.
because Jen is like the most, like you said, literally one of the most beautiful people we've ever seen.
Exactly.
And, okay, well, now I have to go study that.
Maybe they just don't photograph well.
That's where that's
There
gonna be the
is
hope.
one guy that I was very scared because he looks like a carbon copy of Joey, and I'm like, why would you have him? I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yes, like, you guys have to see this. I swear to God.
I just like kind of swiped through.
I'm telling you right now.
See that.
You guys are gonna be gagged when I show you this photo.
We need to get your aunt on The Bachelor.
I know.
No, seriously.
Hold on, guys. You have to
Where
see
did you
this.
find these men?
It was on.
I saw mine on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where I saw mine. Hold on. You are gonna be gagged when I show you this photo.
I'm nervous.
Like, okay, this isn't the Joey guy, but
Huh.
I'm sorry, what?
Bruh. What?
Where is the Joey lookalike?
We're looking
Okay,
at
this
the men
guy's
right now, and
handsome.
they're not. Okay, he's
He's
cute.
cute. She's gonna like him. He got dimples.
Yeah, he's.
Oh my god,
he's
you guys are
cute.
actually going to be
Is that
the
Joey?
hair, the hair.
Oh, that's.
It looks like an off-brand version of Joey.
No, it does.
Like,
Yeah.
the hair is the exact same, the teeth is the same, the smile is the same. Like,
Yeah, that
The only thing
is.
that's different is like the nose.
That is so alarming.
And I think he's just full on white.
That is so alarming.
Joey is white.
But he's tan.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, like, he's like white. That guy looks
I
like
can tell
paper.
this guy's going to be in the final
That guy
four.
looks like paper.
I'm telling you right now, he's
Oh,
in the
yeah.
final four.
He's fine.
Okay, fur jacket, hello.
Yeah, what's going on?
Bro, step
Wait,
in.
there's one guy. Hold on. You guys got to see the one guy.
Oh, can we talk about Kelsey's dad?
Kelsey's dad is so good looking.
Yes,
gotta be in the
please.
final.
Wait,
Two.
that's husband. Bye.
That is husband.
Sam Ed.
Or
He's
he's-
famous on TikTok.
He's gonna end up being a douche.
I don't
Ugh.
think so.
A man with an ego, so just eye roll.
But anyways, yes, so we're very excited about the season of The Bachelorette. I think we're going to have to watch it separately, though, because I think it's going to be during, or they might be pausing. I heard a little rumor that they are getting rid of Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay.
Actually, I
Because
can't be
now that
guessing.
they're doing the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette, it's taking up the time that would be for Bachelor in Paradise. So I think what they're doing is they're going to be like, it's going to be like a season of The Bachelor, then the Golden Bachelorette, then the Bachelorette, then the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, doing
And it
Paradise would be.
Wait, has
a lot.
Golden always been a thing?
No,
No.
just started. There's only been one season. I didn't
Oh.
actually watch it. I probably need to go back and watch
I
that.
didn't watch it.
That should be our new show till the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we need it.
I mean, I already know who wins, though.
I mean,
yeah.
Well,
they
was
were
at the
in the
finale.
they were on screen on
Oh,
the
yeah.
finale, so-
Yeah. But, anyways. Yeah, so that was the finale. It was an amazing finale. We were so happy with the results of it, and
It's beautiful.
it was very, very good. So, but thank you so much, Ella,
you,
for
Ella.
coming on the
Having me.
podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we got a little bit deep, and you were very well spoken. You did
were.
very,
Really?
very well.
You did
Yes.
amazing.
You did really well.
Thanks.
We really enjoyed
Yeah.
doing this with you. So thank
Please
you so
come back.
much.
Oh, I will.
Thank God.
I'll be knocking on your door.
So thank you guys so much for listening to Unexplainable, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Here we go.